Hey guys, it's Gabby, and this is the look that I created using the Boxy Charm and Pure Collab palette. This one right here that we got in our last Boxy Charm, and this is what the palette looks like. And I created this halo eye using the blue and the gold in the palette. You guys will see later in the tutorial, and this is how it came out. I focus more on the eyes, and I kind of speed through the foundation and stuff because I didn't want it to be too long. But if you guys would like a more in-depth tutorial next time, then just let me know, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you want more videos, and let me know what else you would like to see in the comments. Bye! Okay, so I'm starting with Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I'm just putting that all over my face, and I'm gonna go ahead and mix Born This Way by Too Faced in the shade Porcelain and Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 220, because Porcelain is way too light and 220 is way too dark. And I'm going in and blending that with my beauty blender all over. Next, I'm using again the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade Light, and that's number 10. And honestly, this is sometimes a little too light for me, but when I use the Born This Way foundation, even if I mix it in with the 220, it matches perfectly. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in the center of my face to brighten up the look. To set that concealer, I'm gonna use the highlight shade in the Wet n Wild contouring palette, Contour, that's what it's called, in the shade Dulce de Leche. And this is one of the best contouring palettes that I've gotten in the drugstore. Both the shades in this palette are really useful, and that highlighting shade really does a good job in brightening up the eyes. And then I'm gonna use my Coty Airspun powder. Oof, it's always so messy. I'm gonna use that to set the rest of my face. Moving on to the eyes, I'm using the shade Naked all over my crease, and that's gonna serve as our transition color. And so I'm just blending that with a big fluffy brush all over. It doesn't have to be precise. And then I'm going back in to the shade Perfect, which is what I used to set the concealer all over my eyelids, and I'm just using that right on the top to blend it all out. Going into the shade Raw Sienna in my Modern Renaissance palette, I'm just using that in a like more compact dome crease brush type of thing, and putting that right on my crease just to deepen up the look a little bit. I didn't realize I was spraying backwards, but I'm going ahead and taking the Mario Badescu facial spray and spraying my brush and trying to get that blue color, but that was such a struggle. I tried the Mario Badescu like drenching my brush in it, and it still wasn't doing it, so I'm going with the Cover FX shimmer. It's supposed to be a dewy finishing spray, but that's just glitter in a bottle. So I'm just drenching my brush in it and trying to get the most pigment out of this shade, which was a little difficult, but it ended up working out just with a lot of layering and going in back and forth. A lot of blending in this look and a lot of fallout. Way too much fallout. And then I also had a problem with this shade right here, and it was this shade Charmer, and it wasn't cutting it. And I tried everything. I tried using a finger, I tried using the Cover FX spray, and I tried using the Mario Badescu, and nothing was working. I eventually gave up and used the color right next to it, as you can see here, and it's the color Alliance, and it was a little bit more gold than I wanted it to be, but that's what worked out. And I got a really nice like foiled effect from it by spraying it with the Cover FX. Oh yeah. Going back into MIA, which is that blue color, in a smaller, fluffier brush to intensify the color a little bit more and bring it back after putting on that gold. I like to go back in with my blending brush without picking up any more color, just to make sure there's no harsh lines. And then to fix all the fallout that happened earlier, I'm going back in with the highlight shade in the Wet n Wild palette, just a little bit on my beauty blender and patting that under my eyes. To make this look a little more wearable, since it is a bright blue look, I'm going in with Nike and Raw Sienna all over my lower lash line and just bringing down the blue a little bit towards the inner corner to still keep that blue under there, but not too much. I wanted a real pop in the inner corner, so I'm going in with the one and only Rodeo Drive by Ofra and putting that right in my inner corner and right on my brow bone. Moving on to the face, I'm using the Pure Bronze and Brighten palette that was also given in a Boxy charm earlier some month. I don't remember which one, but I'm using the bronzing color all over my face, and you have to be really careful with this color because it's really shimmery, and a lot of people didn't like that, but it doesn't show up too much on my skin, so I don't mind it. And I'm contouring with, again, the Wet n Wild contour palette. They just turned into an all Boxy charm makeup tutorial because I'm using the Studio Makeup blush that also came in one of my Boxy charms, and it's the Luminous loose brush, and I'm just using that on the apples of my cheeks, and I like it because it's not too bright and it goes with a lot of different looks. And now we've gotten to my favorite part of my makeup, which is my highlighter. And this is what I usually do with my highlighter. I use first the highlighter in the Pure palette, the same one as the bronzer. And then right on the very tops of my cheeks and on my nose, I use Rodeo Drive. And that gives me the ultimate wet look. But it's not overpowering because you don't use it all over, if you get what I'm saying. And then look at that glow. I love it. Oh girl. And for the lips, I'm using the shade Screenshot by ColourPop, and it's a liquid lipstick, and it's just a regular light peach color. You don't want to do anything too crazy. You have blue, I mean if you want to, but I have blue all over my eyes. I'd rather not. I'm setting it with the Mario Badescu facial spray because it gives you that nice glowy look. And that completes the tutorial, guys. I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I hope you stay tuned for more. Bye bye. Stop. Oh, look how cute she looks. Jackie. On. Okay, that's it. I'm done.